Today we are ripping out the entire interior on this V10 manual M5 and transforming it into the CSL spec. This includes insanely rare bucket seats, a one-off short shifter prototype, new infotainment, an absurd amount of Alcantara, and more. So, what is a CSL? Well, it all starts right here in 1972 with the legendary 3.0 CSL race car.
Und mehrere Siege bei Langstrecke.
Back then, Ford was dominating European touring cars with the Capri. BMW wanted to crush them, but their standard coupe was way too heavy. So, this man from BMW created the M Motorsport division, stripped 450 pounds out of the car, slapped on some wild aerodynamics, and created what is known as the Batmobile. It completely changed racing history. BMW kept that CSL badge incredibly exclusive, only releasing it for the E46 M3 and the modern G82 M4. But what if I told you there was a secret third CSL prototype that BMW hid from the public for years?
So what we have here is a maroon 6 Series and a Nürburgring taxi. What I want you to think about is they were going to take the most uncompromising M5 there had ever been and intensify it. But they've pulled all the back seats out. These sort of aftermarket buckets here are pretty cool.
Davon gibt es auch nur den. Nur diesen einen. Hammer.
I mean, what a dream. The M5 CSL is a legitimate prototype from BMW that later led to the production of the F90 M5 CS, which is my favorite modern BMW M car. But this could be better. V10, 6-speed manual, bucket seats, more horsepower, and a very unique CSL livery. That's all the ingredients I need for a dream build BMW M5. Imagine you're speccing your brand new BMW today, but instead of, let's say, an M8 Comp, it's a V10 M5 in 2007. BMW never offered any other M5 trim, but what if they did? It would have to be the BMW M5 CSL. But like a video game, the car is locked. Until today. And that's because we're going to start building my very own manual version of the BMW M5 CSL. Let's take a look at both of the M5s together. My manual M5 weighs 3,869 pounds, and the CSL is 330 pounds less at 3,539 pounds. They achieved this by installing Recaro pole position seats, going with lighter interior trim pieces, and doing a rear seat delete. The goal is to match the CSL's weight, and the good thing is we have already saved approximately 80 pounds from the exhaust install. Since we are speccing our own interior, the biggest weight savers are the seats. Selecting these make the cockpit look insane while saving 90 pounds. Next, we want to select Alcantara trims instead of the heavy aluminum, hopefully saving a pound or two. And there will have to be a lightweight Alcantara steering wheel with carbon trimmed as well. And lastly, an upgraded Cooler Works lightweight carbon fiber short shifter kit for faster shifts. Speccing the car like this will put us at approximately 3,694 pounds, and even more if we remove those rear seats. Let's start with locating the steering wheel. Carbon-tastic is providing another steering wheel for one of our cars, and I cannot wait to show you guys the spec. The problem is his location is 60 miles away at a car event, apparently at IKEA. And I'm like, how good can a car at IKEA be? Let's find out.
Yeah, like it's delirium. She just wanna bounce to it, baby. Get your giddy on. Go to the stage with a drink like I'm giving on. But I never came here to sing what I'm really on. Giving dividends, I'm trying to push it to real on. You gotta binge, you gotta put the silicone. If you wanna get it gone, give me the experience. Make me a believer like a feature at the cinema. Then we gotta keep it all the secret like the Pentagon. All these peeping times, people asking me what we been on. You know that it's bomb, they just wishing they could watch it go. Watch it go, beautiful, like the Shaka song. Was it yeah? Either way, she gon' play the PlayStation, play the Xbox, good gracious.
event at IKEA has some of the most insane cars I have ever seen. Great for grabbing coffee, heading inside, grabbing breakfast, and eventually we found Eric Choi, and he has a custom steering wheel for the V10 M5. But we also get to check out a very plush interior on a Porsche. How you doing, Eric?
Alex, nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you too.
Forget about that.
We see that all the time.
This is really cool. This is Alex's project, and this is potentially will be a commission cars that he's trying to build.
No way.
Yeah.
Wow.
And it's air cooled.
Okay.
How many horsepower do you have?
We're still tuning, but we'll land around 410, 420. Yeah.
For a small car like
Yeah,
this.
we weighed in at 2,470 pounds.
Wow.
Just shy of 25. The whole interior, nothing about the interior is factory actually. So the whole interior is carbon insert, painted carbon inserts, and carbon seats down here. Door garnishes, so it's a full carbon interior.
Oh, it's got the newer gen steering wheel
Yeah,
too.
so the steering wheel came out of a 2020 Touring.
Yes.
Ooh, that sound.
Yeah.
Oh, look at the seatbelts.
Love it.
That is very cool. All carbon, color is nice.
Wow.
It's been Christmas lately for this car. This is always like my favorite part of the car.
Yeah.
It's the most personal modification you can do. And we've done carbon-tastic wheels on at least 3 or 4 of our cars.
More than that.
Yeah.
So we went with carbon trims on it.
And it looks way better. I'm happy we did this. Also flat bottom.
Yes.
Nice and thick up top. That's what she said.
If you have a girthy, thigh, that will help you clear whatever that's.
Nice.
That is a very nice touch-up that we embroidery our logo on the top. This is the guy she told you not to be worried about, and that's you. And look at that.
You can see how like greasy and like the plastic trim is starting to fade. And
Yeah.
This is ugly. Huge shout out to Carbon-tastic. The only solution for any steering wheel, any make, especially BMW stuff. It's like, look at the stitching too.
Yes, the M color stitching.
Compared to that stitching, like it's not even really.
It's the age is showing.
Yeah, it's like brown now.
Smells so good.
So we have a lot of modifications to install in today's video, but we're not going to be able to do any of them without the sponsor of today's video, which is Olight. Olight was nice enough to send out their latest and greatest flashlight, the Olight Arc Pro Ultra. It's super lightweight, super durable, and comes with 4 different modes: spotlight, floodlight, built-in laser mode, and an ultraviolet or UV mode. The Arc Pro Ultra is also magnetic, allowing you to attach it to very impressive surfaces. This provides light in almost every scenario, making DIY jobs on your car so much easier in the dark. If you look close, it has a built-in hat clip, allowing for the best hands-free POV lighting. This feature makes all DIY jobs become easy. And today, you'll see that I was able to install a brand new steering wheel, interior trim pieces, diagnose the M5's iDrive unit, and even install brand new Recaro bucket seats, all on one single full battery charge. I'm loving this magnetic feature on the Arc Pro Ultra, but Olight is actually letting the community design the ultimate Arc Pro setup right now. If you have a killer feature idea, a cool color scheme, or a sketch in mind, don't keep it to yourself. The top design wins a massive $3,000 and a ticket to Olight 2026 OFAN Day. And the top 15 submissions get cash prizes. All you have to do is sketch out your idea and upload it to the official link in the description below. So if you guys are interested in getting yourself or a loved one an Olight Arc Pro Ultra, I'll leave all links in the description. And with that being said, let's get started with the interior modifications. So that is one very old airbag out the car. It is really important that we keep this in a safe location. We're not going to drop it. All right, it's the first time this bolt has ever been taken off. 15 mil is the size. There we go. Just one plug right here. Next, we gotta get this whole metal bracket off. Bunch of T's right here. I think there's 4 of them. Now, we just swap this metal piece over to the new one. So we got all the buttons transferred over. They all work. It's quite the process, though. You gotta be super patient with this. As you guys can see, she is in and she is looking spectacular. Next, after weeks of searching, I found the last pair of pole positions in stock in America, and the color is insane. Yeah, this is crazy. It's a lot of parts in the living room, and they're insane parts. But just goes to show, building a car in an apartment is not easy. But I'm super happy, man. We have these iconic, legendary, super rare Recaro seats. But this is the most rare color Recaro ever made for the pole position seats. And fun fact about these seats, they're 17 pounds. And BMW has used these exact seats in various prototype and actual homologated street cars, the M4 GTS, but most importantly, the E60 M5 CSL, the one-of-one prototype. They used black Recaro pole positions. We went with a different color to make this build pop and also separate it from the prototype just a little bit, kind of make it our own. So if we sit inside, straight buckets. Not as comfortable as the factory seats, but these are insane. But also, down low, we have full Alcantara one-of-one trim pieces for this car. So we've got the 9002 color, which is like kind of like a charcoal. And then we have the white stitching. When we change the color of the car, it's gonna make complete sense. My favorite part about these trim pieces is on the dashboard, we have a legitimate M Performance logo with limited edition embossed into the Alcantara, stamped. It's gorgeous. Then right here we have the factory steering wheel. I'm just showing this on display. As you guys have seen, we swapped this out for the Alcantara. We got our hands on a stock iDrive unit. This is OEM, and we're gonna do some troubleshooting. We have an aftermarket unit that came with the car. It doesn't play audio. So our best guess is either the aftermarket module does not work or it was improperly installed. And this thing right here is actually the main reason why I got new trim pieces, because we're gonna have to remove all of them anyway to reinstall this iDrive unit. So let's go down to the garage and let's look at exactly what we gotta do. We go over to OEM car info. This is what we get. Absolutely tragic. I spoke to someone, he said it's probably not the CCC unit. It's most likely the actual CarPlay unit, or whoever installed it improperly installed this unit. We're gonna have to take this whole thing apart, take this dash apart, all this down here apart, which is perfect to install those trims that I just showed you inside. The first thing we need to do is pry the dashboard trim out with the plastic tool. Next, we have to unplug the hazard light switch to fully disconnect it. That came off way easier than anticipated. So now we have two more Phillips, one here, one there. And this will get this whole section out. There we go, that's one piece out. This lower trim section right there is gonna get swapped out to Alcantara. We're gonna make sure we inspect everything. Ladies and gentlemen, we found the culprit. So if you guys can see that, there's a screw holding the fiber optics cable in. That is not even supposed to be there. And I don't know why they put that there, or I just don't get it. It's a self-tapping screw. Based on what I'm looking at right now, I can almost bet money this was an improper installation. So we're probably, it looks like they damaged the aftermarket unit. So we're probably just gonna have to go back to the OEM screen at this point. I was hoping that we'd be able to fix something, but that still doesn't explain why the iDrive is not booting up. Okay, I think our best bet is we're gonna try and just delete the aftermarket system, go back to OEM, and just pray it works. Let's see if she works. It works, but it's doing the same thing the iDrive unit was doing. Let's see if we turn the ignition on, what happens. I'm actually curious if we start this thing up. Sounds so good. Why is it stuck at BMW? And this thing is limp. Not good. Let's see if we can reset this by holding these two buttons. I spoke too soon. Not fixed. We got a quick update. Now, I know somebody who knows about these systems. I actually tried buying a CCC unit off this guy, and he didn't think it was a CCC unit. And I just let him know via text what we're dealing with right now. And the culprit, yeah, he basically thinks the CCC is indeed bad and we have to replace it. So that's something we're gonna have to do in the future. At least now we know what we're dealing with. So we might as well just go ahead and put in the old Apple CarPlay unit, so that way I can still use Apple Maps. If the CCC unit is dead, then you're not going to get any audio regardless. At least now we can have some fun and install these new Alcantara trim pieces. Let's get right into it. In goes the first Alcantara section, and followed by the AC controls. Now we can install the dashboard trim with ease. It's time to move down low. Just 2 screws holding this section in. Super quick and looks way better with the Alcantara trim reinstalled. By the light switch, we had to remove the 2 screws and replace it with the Alcantara. Lastly, we have to remove all 4 door panels to install each trim on the door. This part was a huge pain, but eventually, mission was accomplished. Dude, all this for a trim is crazy. These seats. Now, if you don't know about the E60 M5, you take some corners, you can see the bolsters are active. They're animated. And I think this is the only generation with animated bolsters, which is really cool. But that adds a lot of weight because there's a lot of technology built inside of these seats. You got heated seats, you got cooled seats, and then you even have those active bolsters that we're talking about right now. And other sensors, airbags. I believe there's a passenger airbag on the outer edge of each seat. So we're talking a lot of tech built inside of these seats. And personally, they're great seats, but I've always been a little bit more biased to the E39 M5 seats. These look more like a 7 Series, more of a businessman seat, less sporty. And with the CSL spec, we need sporty. We need sporty bad. See, the battery is fully disconnected. You can see that right there is one of the bolts that we have to remove. They're T50 bolts. Basically, you have 2 of those in the front on each side, and then there's 2 bolts in the back. So it's a total of 4 T50 bolts, and that's all that holds the seat in. Whoever I bought this car from put way too much slippery armor all protecting from the seats. It's just so hard to get a hold of. Dude, these things are heavy. What I did notice is because the steering wheel is right here, it's not going to allow us to remove the seat on this side of the car. So I'm thinking we go through the back seat and out the other side. And that's 2 giant seats out of this M5. These things are so heavy, man. The next thing we're going to have to do is remove that bolt right there from the inside, and we're going to have to transfer this whole seat belt over onto the new seats. But seeing the cockpit fully empty like this is insane. But we also see how filthy it is underneath the seats. So we're gonna have to vacuum everything, especially this side. It's disgusting. This is all from the previous owner, which is a big no-no for me. But we can get all this cleaned up and then put the new seats in. After attaching the Recaro side mounts, Recaro sliders, and planted floor brackets, we just need to attach the seat belts and place the Recaro seats inside the M5. Tighten them in, and now let's see how they look in the daylight. install the short shift kit. It's going to really make this interior CSL spec properly. So let's head over to Euro. Stay fit. This is a one-of-one prototype carbon fiber short shifter kit from Cooler Works, and I must say, this is the most insane short shifter I have ever seen in my life. Super high quality materials and very lightweight. The exposed mechanics is a super cool feature as well, and this is their direct fit kit, which will make this install super smooth. Let's waste no time and get this shifter installed. So to complete the interior, this is the last piece of the puzzle. This is a short shift kit from Cooler Works. Very nice materials. But then also you can see they added carbon fiber, so real carbon fiber, and this is an option. If you want to go spec out your short shifter, they specialize in different lengths, materials for the pole, and different shift knobs. But then the actual top portion itself, custom logo, a custom design. I went with one of their stock custom shift patterns just to match the OEM shift pattern on the M shift knob. Emin needs to put the car in the air so we can gain access to the transmission. We'll need to lower the gorgeous exhaust system we just installed, some of the heat shields and under trays to gain access. Car's in the air. First off, exhaust is looking amazing. Nicer shaft system. You can see the dual X pipe got darker and there's more color on the welds too, which is really cool. But the culprit is up in there above the transmission. So we're gonna have to lower the front half of the exhaust to gain access to the shift linkage. But also we can see these under trays from EPM have been holding up really well. So that thing right there is the linkage. We're gonna have to disconnect it, attach it to the new linkage. But Emin's saying this is probably gonna have to come out just to make the job easier. With the drive shaft lowered, Emin has a ton of access to the factory shifting component. Like the stock shifter. Yeah. That's a shifter out.
Yeah, there you go.
The HVAC controls inside the interior of the car. Actually, you can see the steering wheel, just barely right there. And this is great, man. It's coming along really well. It's the last and final touch for this interior. And this car will shift much better with this linkage. Now on the interior, we need to remove the insulation material and prep the Cooler Works shifter.
There you go.
Thank you.
And then put these somewhere. Perfect.
Cool. All right, we are pretty high up. Inside the inside. Cool. You can see everything taken apart all the way through the ground. Interior looks insane right now.
Gotta figure out the sit in here with this. There you go. Yeah, it's good.
Lastly, Emin can set the lock on 5th and 6th gear, then put everything underneath back on, and that's it. Let's see what everything looks like, and more importantly, how everything drives. Shifter is installed, super tight. This carbon fiber matches the carbon fiber on the steering wheel really well. We can go through the gears. So first we'll start reverse. First, second, ooh. You hear the clicks? 4th, 5th, 6th. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. What have I created? we've got Alcantara flooded everywhere on the dash. We've got the white stitching that matches the white stitching on the Recaro headrest, and then we have the M colored stitching on the steering wheel. And I just love that M Performance limited edition logo stamped right on the center trim. Down low, we also have the Alcantara shift boot from before, but now we've got the new shifter installed from Cooler Works. It's super short, super notchy, and super CSL inspired. Taking me some time to get used to the shifter. I'm gonna get those shifts quick. We can see that throw is super short. Just makes the overall driving experience that much more CSL inspired. Very aggressive, very track focused, but you still get some of the daily driver features. We got our Apple CarPlay working strong. Sure, we don't have audio. And we got a couple lights on the dash that weren't there before. The whole package of this car right now, dude, it's insane. Like, I'm getting goosebumps right now driving this car. I always thought the E60 M5 with the V10 and a manual transmission is one of the coolest combinations you can get in any car, let alone a BMW. And now the fact that we're speccing it out exactly how I want to spec it out, we're having that more CSL lightweight vibe, more sporty, more track focused energy inside of this car. It just makes me so happy, dude. It goes to show how special this car really is, especially since it is a Formula One inspired engine. So it's only right to amp up the motorsport inspired modifications, and I think we're doing a bang on job. This thing dang near looks bone stock on the outside. It's so subtle, no one would ever know all the work we've done to the interior, the exhaust. I mean, you can obviously see the Meister shaft on the back is holding up very well. I mean, very well. But this is a very stock but clean looking E60 M5. But then when you walk up to the car and you see the interior, you see the Recaro pole position buckets, you see the Alcantara trims on the dash, you see this is letting you know it's something special. Steering wheel, the shifter, it's a manual. Then it starts to get crazy. But when you step back and you see the full profile of the car, it's so subtle. And I think that is something I'm really enjoying about this car. Obviously, we are going to change the color. We have wheels on the way just a few weeks out. And we also have some goodies in the engine bay and maybe some styling that we're going to do on the exterior. It's not going to look like this for too long. There are clouds right there. Below that is the ocean. We've got mountains out there too. It's just absolutely stunning. Last thing to address is the rear. So obviously BMW pulled these seats out. And my question to you guys is, should we pull out the rear seats or should we leave it as is and kind of make it like, instead of a CSL, we could do like an M5 CS kind of spec. Granted, we're still gonna have to come up with that 330 pound weight saving somehow. This would probably push us over and get it done, but I want to leave the decision up to you guys. Do you guys think we should take out the rear seats on this M5? We could always throw them back in and just see what it drives like, put down Alcantara inserts just like BMW did with the prototype. Let me know. Now that the weight is closer to the target number, the last thing we need to do is get the horsepower up as well. We'll be doing that here in the next few episodes upcoming. And with that being said, I hope you guys enjoyed today's video. If you did, smash that like button. Also check us out on Instagram at Beemer Fam. And I'll see you guys in the next video.